I think your film was close to perfection, for me at least. And I read on the festival's page that you're probably the only director who didn't give a statement. You just said you wanted to say thank you to whoever helped you make that film. And it did feel like there was a massive urgency for you to do it from the first frame and then across 3.5 hours, and also through the acting of all your magnificent actors. The urgency is really what I came out of it with. Is that correct? And why so, if it is?
Thank you. This was an incredibly difficult film to make. I'm very emotional today because I've been working on it for 7 years. And it felt urgent every day of the better part of a decade. And I'm just really grateful to everyone that spent 3.5 hours with it last night. We'll spend 3.5 hours with it later today. And the cast and crew that made this film possible, because this film does everything that we are told we are not allowed to do. I think it's quite silly, actually, to have a conversation about runtime, because that's like criticizing a book for being 700 pages versus 100 pages. I've read great novellas. I've read great, multi-volume masterpieces. And, for me, it's just about how much story there is to tell. I mean, maybe the next thing I'll make will be, 45 minutes, and I should be allowed to do that. Everyone should be allowed to do that. The idea that we need to fit inside of a box, I think is, I think it's quite silly. We should be past that. It's 2024. We're, as Harmony Korine once said, cinema is stuck in the birth canal. And I agree with him. And so we need to help it out.
In playing Elisabeth, she's very much like the train that she arrives on, in that she is only going one direction, which is forwards, with great persistence and optimism and fervor, very much like Brady and Mona in making this film. So I would feel like urgency is absolutely at the core of what we were making. And I was thinking about, I was listening to a song by the Black Eyed Peas, and there's a great line, which is, we've got one word, love. And I think also underpinning the story, and particularly for Elisabeth and Laszlo, is this idea of love. And the greatest love stories always come with urgency.